Okay, good morning and welcome to Yeshiva YouTube. Welcome to the Daily Double, Mishnah Yomi. We are learning Perek Beis of Maasros, Mishnah Hey and Vav today. Mishnah Hey says, "Omer lechabeiro." He says to a certain Heilach Yitzar Zu V'Tainli Bo Chamesh Tainim. He's buying some figs from the guy's field. Lo Yoichal Ad She'aser. The Rameir says, and even if he eats them one at a time, right? He buys it. He has a field now. He goes to the guy's field. The guy has a field full of figs, and he's going to go and locate. He's going to go pick some figs from the field. So once he already buys it, the mecher we said is tovel. It's koveil a maasros. You have to take a true as a maasros. You can't even snack from it. You don't mer okal akas akas potter. He says that only if you eat two at a time. You take two at a time. If you take one at a time and eat it, and then take another one, you're potter. That's considered a snack. If you take two at a time, chayah. Amr Yehuda Ma'aseh beginas vradim shayis b'Yerushalayim. There actually is a place ginas vradim. I've gone there on dates before in Israel. It's right next to Tachanam, Merkazit, very close to over there. Ginas vradim. They have some roses there. It's a nice little park. Ginas vradim Yerushalayim. Ayu te'enim l'mekaros mishalosh me'arba b'Yisrael. They didn't have any figs there. Maybe in the olden days they had figs there. They were selling 3 or 4 for an Isar. That was the going rate for figs. Since people, when they would buy them, they would take one at a time and eat them, they would snack, that would be okay. It wouldn't be considered a mecher, considered a deal that you have to take shulas and maasros right away, and you can't even snack for them. Right? He says, I'm giving you money, and I'll take 10 figs. Again, the Mishnah is talking about where he's taking one at a time. Here he's saying whichever cluster of grapes I want to take from. Megarer va'ochal, it takes one grape at a time. He's okay. Rimon she'everly, pored va'ochal. Now one rimon you have to dig into and take some seeds at a time. You take one slice at a time. That's okay. Babatiach she'everly, sofas va'ochal. Again, a big watermelon. You could walk over to the watermelon. Here it's kind of scary here because we live in Makola, the grocery store here, and they have watermelons and they have a lot of big melons over here, and you have to cut them up. Some people buy them in the whole and they cut them up themselves, but some people like them cut up already. So these Arabs work there, and I listen. Arabs, I'm not saying anything bad. There are good Arabs and there are bad Arabs. I really believe that good Arabs, the secular Arabs, good Arabs, the religious ones. Sometimes they take it to extreme, but but there's good Arabs and bad Arabs, and there happen to be a lot of Arabs that work at the Makolet over here, and they take these big knives and they cut up the watermelon. It's a little scary. It's a little scary. One time I was paying, by the cashier, and then the Arab comes, takes from under the counter, a huge knife, to cut up the watermelon. But it's just a little scary. These Arabs are working here for a long time. You never know. You always have to be cautious. But so anyway, you cut up the watermelon, sulfate va'ochel, right? You can take pieces off the watermelon and you can eat. You just can't take the whole thing. The Mishnah mentions another reason that you're allowed to snack. Let's say even if you buy a whole cluster of grapes or a whole watermelon or a whole pomegranate or even 2 of them, right? But they're still attached to the ground. You can eat from them, snack from them. Since they're attached, since they're attached to the ground, that's not considered a mecher, which is koveil l'maishos. We'll explain this more in Iyon Mitzion coming up next.